Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. Now, over the past sort of month and a bit, or not even perhaps a month in Game Time, we've just played a few more games than perhaps we would normally in an episode, but it's like that always at the start of the season, because you've got the Cup and the League and whatnot. Now, after our first game of the season, the relatively, quite frankly, embarrassing 3-2 home defeat to Helsingor, I was keen to get us back on the right track, and personally, I think we've done that, but with still some hints of disappointment along the way. It's kind of a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Now, you might remember that last season, I think one of the first games we played with this new tactic was away at Viborg, and we lost 2-1 to a couple of absolutely nonsense goals. And then we thoroughly deserved to smash them in the home game, which we did. And, well, we carried on that form. As you can see, mostly just shots from range for them. We created the better chances in this game, and we got the win. There's no two ways about it. A double for Stephen Gardner, getting off the mark for the season. Now, the key change I made to start this game, I was sick of Martin Farrow, so I dropped him, I put Neil Hutchinson in, and wouldn't you know, we immediately scored 2 goals and won the game 2-1 against a really decent opponent who I figured would be challenging for the top of the league this year, along with Helsingor. So getting an away win against one of these teams I think is truly very, very important for us. Next up, we faced off against newly relegated Odense, who, well, we know how good they were last time they were in this division, and to be honest, I think this game was much, much closer in terms, well, certainly than the last time we played them, but much closer than many of our games have been with teams when we've played well. They gave us the lead very, very fortuitously through an own goal, and I thought, you know what, we've got something to build on here, and maybe we can do something with that. But I think the real key for this game was the fact that they actually let us have a fair amount of the ball, and it really did seem to prevent us from doing what we do and playing on the counter-attack. They still had a bit more of the ball, but I find that teams that let us have the ball tend to do better against us than teams that try to keep possession. It's a strange, weird one. They didn't have as many long shots either. That seems to be part of the issue here. They then equalised with Martin Jensen from a very acute angle, which was a bit of a shocking piece of goalkeeping, unfortunately. But then Juan Shizzy getting forward and scoring his first goal for the club before Neil Hutchinson grabbed himself, I don't know if that's, I think it's probably his first goal of the season, to put the icing on the cake. A 3-1 win, very fortuitous to perhaps win it by 3-1, but that extra goal really did do the trick for us, and not too many goals conceded again. Still no clean sheets yet, though. Against Brabant from the division below in the Cup, we bottled it. I rotated every single player. All 11 players were different. You might notice the goal scorers weren't, but yeah, the players that started this game were a bit different, and we just weren't cut out for it. We were 2-0 down going into the second half. Stephen Gardner came off the bench. He did score a brace. Ferro scored a penalty as well. We could have had a couple more potentially, but in the end, I'm kind of glad we lost it in normal time, because if we're going to go out the Cup, I'm not too bothered about the Danish Cup for now. That's something we can concentrate on once we've consolidated ourselves as a top division side. For now, I'm just interested in getting as little games to play as possible so we can keep the squad as fit. And the board don't seem to care what we do about the Cup anyway, so I wasn't too bothered about going out here, but it's good to see Stephen Gardner still scoring goals. Now, on the face of things, you might look at us losing 2-1 at Marienlyst and think, well, yeah, what's new there? You always lose to Marienlyst, and they were still playing the same tactic. But when you look at this game and look at the stats objectively, we should have won this match. We played so much better, because I made some changes. Based on what they've done last time, I made 2 real key changes for me anyway. I pushed my wingbacks to sit wider so that they were closer to those wide players they've got, and I also had them mark their wide players, people like Vang, and it really limited them to what they could do. They created no chances of note in this entire match. We created enough to at least have more than one goal. Carrizo's goal from a corner, of all places, was what gave us the lead. And a very, very disappointing moment, because Spasojevic's looping header practically from the edge of the area just went straight over the top of Garcia, and then Lassie Thompson scored an absolute stunner. So annoying, because I feel like we could have won this game as well, and this was when you play this well, you expect to win, but I guess there's going to be hiccups this season. If we intend to get promoted, though, we need to at least be getting draws in these games. Next up, we went away to Frem, who are sitting 11th in the league, looking like another season of struggle is very much on the way for them, and frankly, it's probably one of our more comfortable wins. Just dispatched them with a 2-0 win. Both goals from the big man, Neil Goddamn Hutchinson, doing it again. Again, it says he scored 1, but he scored 2. Don't know why that is. We created enough chances to win this game comfortably. A 2-0 victory. Nothing really more to say about that one, other than the fact that in the second half, we started closing them down more, because they did have a decent level of pass completion. But once we started hustling them, we won the ball off them way more. And I think against teams that keep the ball a bit from us, in terms of not so much possession, but pass completion, closing them down more seems to throw them off their game and allows us to play our more natural game. So something to bear in mind going forward in future. And that brings us to today. We've got 2 home games. At home to Hobro, who are currently top of the league. They sit 3 points above. They've won 4 out of 5. Not great. And then at home against Fremad, who are currently in 5th. That could change, of course. So not easy home games, but Actually, we've done all right away from home, to be fair. We won away at Frem, we've won away at Viborg. We've actually only won one home game in the league so far. Then again, we have only played 2 of them. But still, I think this is the chance to really get back on the horse and maintain ourselves in those promotion spots if we can get there. And with the league looking like this, it's very much on the cards. We've got 9 points, Soda Freymad directly behind us, Vencisel looking like another year of struggle. Amazingly, Schellerup have actually started incredibly well and are making a good old fist at staying up. They've only lost 1 game so far this season. They've actually lost 1 less than us. Hobro looking like the runaway leaders at the moment. Roskilde, Helsingor, those seem to be our main rivals, although you'd expect Viborg to pick up the pace a little bit. They've just had a slightly stuttery start. Hutch actually is the top scorer for us in the league so far with 4 goals. Just shows you what you can do when Martin Ferro isn't around. He has got 3 assists, to be fair to him, but I don't want my strikers to only be generating assists. I need them to be scoring goals. When they get the chances, they have to be putting them in the net. I did actually offer out Franson and Nielsen to come back to the club. Both the clubs agreed, as it is, and of course they turned them down because Danish players. Very stupid. Very annoying, but I do think that's going to change when we turn professional, because I looked at the test database I did to make sure that B67 could qualify for Europe, so I made them professional so they'd go straight through the leagues, and I noticed that from the very first season, they were signing players from other Danish sides, so I think it's the professional status that's going to be the kicker. I think when we turn pro, which I believe is if we can get promoted, the board will do it automatically, then I think we'll be able to sign Danish players. Now, that does, of course, close the loophole of us signing all the amateur players, but hopefully, if we were in the top flight, the board would let us scout more than just Denmark anyway, and we'd be able to start doing a slightly different kind of youth conveyor belt. But it would be good to get some more players in the meantime and try and hoard them as much as I can before we turn professional. And don't worry, we've got at least another 150 players already set up to join us over the next 2 seasons, and there'll be plenty more to come. Just looking at the past meetings against Hobro, I forgot this menu even existed. We've only scored once against them in 4 matches and conceded 13 times. We've lost all 4 of them. We very much... admittedly, one of them was a friendly, but still, we've got to do better than we have done, to be perfectly honest. I know they're going to be playing that tactic, and things are going to be tough for us today, but we've just got to be a bit more stoic than we have been in the past. I'm a little bit worried about Lopez and Muscuza. They've not exactly filled me with confidence this year, to be honest. They've just... I don't know. Gravgård's come off the bench an awful lot, and I'm leaning back towards actually starting him again because Muscuza just does not seem to be cutting it, although he is winning headers for us in key areas when they target our fullbacks. So there is that. Yeah, we're going to go with the same lineup as recently. Gardner, Hutchinson, Brendan, Schizzy, Arnaud, Lopez, Muscuza, Carrizo, Augustin, Perez, and Garcia. Lots of Spanish names floating around the team. On the bench, we'll just clear this up and try to... On the bench, Kovacic, Gravgård, Dirmosa, Martin Ferro, Betzer, Ingolson, and Herman Martinez, who's been scoring a decent number of goals for the B team, so maybe there's a chance to bring him in from the cold. I am trying to ship Ferro on in August because it would get his money off the wage bill, because I just don't think he has a future at this club. He's so poor. In that Frem game, he came off the bench and missed a couple more sitters. He's just so bad. I don't know why. I'm sure you guys have already told me in the comments why he's so bad. Just bear in mind, I'm still recording this the week before you're seeing it at the moment, so bear that in mind. So, question of the day, and today's question is this: do you follow any teams that you used to play FM saves with? Yeah, I guess I kind of do. Like, I follow them all on Twitter and keep sort of an eye on their results. Portsmouth, Wimbledon, foreign clubs as well, Red Star, and even teams like Göteborg, who I never did. Are you kidding me? We've conceded a penalty inside 20 seconds. This is just perfect. But what I did last time against Hobro, when we conceded early, because that's what happened. Go on, Groening. Oh, not go on, Groening. Go on, goalkeeper. Was I threw it straight on attacking. And this time I'm not going to do that until sort of the half an hour mark, because I want to see how the game pans out first. I can't believe we've conceded a penalty in the first minute. We haven't actually touched the ball yet, and they've already scored a goal. This is like the Helsingor game all over again. But yeah, if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop them in the comments with the hashtag QOTD. What clubs from your saves do you follow still these days? Cleared away. 9 minutes have played, and it's been completely woeful again. What, have we become a team that can't play at home anymore? Hedegaard. Shauna. Oh my goodness me. Right, here we go. Lopez. Into the channel. Arnold's through. Can he pull it back? Brendan. Skizzy. Oh, chance. Gardner. Oh my goodness. Okay, first real chance of the game there for us. I mean, it's good that we've limited them to not much else themselves in that period, but they've got the lead. We need an equaliser here. Hobro look like the team that are going to be running away with the division this year. That seems to be what I'm noticing anyway. So I guess it wouldn't be too bad as long as teams like Freymad. We've got Freymad in the next game. They're looking like they're going to be strong this year too. Right. I'm going to make a change now, even before this, because we have to do something. Let's check the analysis. Getting a lot of the ball in our final third area here. It's not somewhere I really want them to be doing that, to be perfectly honest. They completed a lot of passes. I'm tempted to go on attack, but close them down more as well. Just for a little blitz, maybe. Closing down more. Maybe we should even go on to much more. No, we'll leave it on more for now. Because something's got to give here. We have a dreadful record against these guys, and I've yet to figure out how to play around that formation of theirs. Against Marion, at least, we've kind of sussed it out. Although we did lose the game, I don't think we'll be losing to them too much now if they keep playing that same style. It's just this lot with that weird system. I don't know how to stop it. They're still shooting from range generally, but there's other issues. Come on, let's get back into this game. Let's show me something. Brendan into the channel. You can pull it back here. Skizzy. Oh my goodness, what a chance that was. I think for Stephen Gardner, we could have had an equaliser there. Better. We're not completing a lot of crosses either. I might try and go over to what we did against Marion, at least in the last game, which is push these guys out wider, so they're a little bit closer to whoever they should be marking in those positions. Not narrower. And also, I'm going to put it on close down more because their pass completion has remained static since we switched things up a little bit. So that's what we're going to do for now. Lopez has had a woeful game, but it is mostly just because he conceded the penalty. Strikers have done nothing for us so far. This is not looking good here. We just need to see some fight. I don't really want to lose another home game, particularly not with Fremad to play next, because this is starting to get a little bit worrying for me now, that we just seem to have this complete inability. There we go. Gardner, can we get a breakthrough? Can he slip it through for someone? Hutchinson, round the side for Brendan O'Neill. Oh, and a good save from Rask. Okay, chances are starting to come for us now. This is better. We're looking like we've got a goal in us now. Brendan O'Neill. Skizzy. Augustin. Oh, cleared away. Oh, good lord. Anor couldn't make the tackle on Meng, but Lopez does. Good tackle from Lopez. They're making tackles, and yet they just seem to slide straight past the player they're tackling. It's almost... Oh my god, how did he miss that? That is an absolute sitter there. Hobro should have had a second goal. Looking long. Hutchinson might win this. He doesn't need to, because Lopez has. Right, Gardner, we've got players in the box. He's got to find Brendan O'Neill or someone. Ball in. Brendan O'Neill, and it is 1-1. Brendan O'Neill with the equaliser. That is glorious football, and we are level. I would settle for a point in this game, to be fair. They are a very good side, and I expect them to be the ones that win this league quite comfortably. Great first-time ball from Danny Lopez, redeeming himself there. Stephen Gardner just held off enough. Brendan O'Neill peels away and scores a header at the back post. Brilliant stuff from Brendan O'Neill. 1-1. Right, let's have this. Do we switch back to the other tactic, though, or do we keep pushing? Because this is what's cost me in the past, but I feel like we weren't creating anything when we were on the other style of play. We'll see. Hutchinson. Cleared away. Groening, but he's got 4 players against him. But why are my players not coming back? Look at this. They have their entire team coming forward against us at the moment. Livac. Oh my god. This is going to be a goal, isn't it? Well done, Garcia. Okay. Perhaps it is time to not change the tactic too much, but just switch to counter and maybe turn off the get stuck in tactic. I'm happy with the closing down. I think we're harrying them off the ball a little bit more than we were before. Brendan O'Neill got options through the middle. Hutchinson is one of them. Gardner's overlapping. Hutchinson's got himself there. Doesn't matter. Mukut's Anor. He's got men out wide. Brendan O'Neill slips it through. Hutchinson's on. Oh, big save again from the goalkeeper. This game could go either way at the moment. This really is hanging in the balance, but I do think counter-attacking again might be the best approach for us, and it's somehow not put in the net. I don't know how we haven't scored there. I'd say personally, at the moment, we are very good value for the draw in this game. Lopez has really improved in this second period. Seth Anor has probably been the worst one of the worst players on the pitch at the moment. I'd be tempted to get him off for Diamosa and just try something a little bit different. Hutchinson's been fine through the middle. I'm pretty happy with that. Moskutsa has been okay, but I wouldn't mind getting Gravgol on just to see if there is a difference to be made there. I might give Ferro a run out for maybe the last 10 later on in this match if we're desperate, but I don't know. I'm not too confident about his performances for us lately. I'm going to bring Herman Martinez on. He's done well in the under-19s and the B team, so why not give him 15 minutes here, see if he can do something with Hutch off the pitch. He generally does all right in that middle role when he has played. Again, I'd settle for the draw in this game if I had to, because they're a very good side, and they are clearly... What? Oh no, Rasmus Bigler's on, lads. This is a problem. Rasmus Bigler is leading the line for Hobro. I don't want this to happen. Do not be the man that puts us behind here. I would love a draw out of this game. I feel like we've played well enough to deserve it. They are pushed really high up the pitch. But Diamosa might be able to do something about that. Finds Gardner. Can he look long? Looks for Martinez. Is there a ball on? There is. St. Brennan's in. Brendan O'Neill's in. Brendan O'Neill's in. We've won the fucking game at the last second there. That is unbelievable. B67-2. Hobro 1. Right. I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about Contain. Waste time is already on. Pump ball into the box. That's the one. Let's turn off and get stuck in, though. I can't believe we've actually, in theory, done it at the def. What a ball this is from Herman Martinez. Spots the run of Brendan O'Neill, but waits just long enough to slip it in behind. That is the perfect ball. And Brendan O'Neill could well have just given us an absolutely massive, massive victory here. But we've got to hang on. We have to hang on. We've got 15 seconds to hang on. This would be a massive victory, and I'd be fairly pleased with the tactical changes we've made in this game to turn this around. I feel like I've got a plan B if things start to go against us. To close them down more, do stuff like that, basically. Martinez, looking long. There we go. Oh, I think we've done it. And there we go. B67-2, Hobro 1. Stick that up your Hobro. That is a brilliant result. 2 goals for Brendan O'Neill. And to be fair, the penalty was their only real... Well, no, they've had chances, but we rode our luck at times. But we did well, and I think we deserve the win in that game. That is brilliant stuff. Well done, guys. And also, Rasmus Bigler, aren't you regretting leaving now, mate? Right, so we're back on the day of the game against Freymad, and since I've discovered this menu, I think it'd be better if we start these previews with this instead. We've only beaten Freymad twice in 9 times that we've played them. We've conceded a decent number of goals against them, so hopefully we can start turning things around. We've actually lost our last 3 games against them as well, which is not ideal. 2 of which were at home, one 1-0 and one 5-1. But then we lost 6-1 to Hobro in the last time we played them, and we managed to beat them last time. So hopefully we can put that to bed, because they are 9th in the league at the moment, and I don't think there's ever going to be a better chance to beat them. So, one change I do want to make, and I feel like this is going to... Because I've made this change in the last 2 or 3 games, practically. And that is to push our fullbacks, or wingbacks, rather, to stay wider. When our team has the ball, they will stay wider. I'm hoping that will make a bit of difference for them in terms of an attacking approach, because it certainly seemed to help Lopez in the last game. Now, it might not have been the only thing, but it certainly seemed to turn him around a bit. So I wonder if having them stay wider could just create a bit more, well, a bit more width for us. So hopefully that'll be a change I'll make. I might change it back if it doesn't work, of course. Sethanor's just got back from international duty, and it worries me because his fitness levels are not exactly brilliant. So I might be tempted to start Søren Dirmosa today and bring Anor off the bench later in the game, because I don't see what other options we've really got. Dirmosa is pretty much the man. Thorstensen got injured at the moment I was about to put him back in the team, potentially, so that's great. And also Gabriel Corneliusson has broken his arm, but he doesn't really play for us anyway, but it's a shame because it might hinder his development. Muscuza apparently is doing well in training, though, so hopefully with his good stats he will continue to do that. On the bench, Kovacic, Gravgaard, Anor, Ferro, Betzer, Ingolfsson, and Herman Martinez, who frankly might be my choice off the bench, to be honest, anyway. We're just going to go with the basic instructions for this one. Do we owe them? We must owe them. Yeah, we do. There we go. Right, let's get into the game. I think this is a winnable game for us now. Last season we struggled against them, but we conceded early and then threw it on attack too early. This year I want to be a bit more meticulous over this and try to... Here we go. Brendan O'Neill pulls back. Oh, cleared away. At the start of this episode, I set myself the target of getting 4 points from the games. We've already got 3. 3 would be my minimum of what I wanted, but I actually thought that the 3 would come in this game and not the game against Hobro. So we could have a chance for getting 6 points potentially. Hutchinson sips it in. Brendan O'Neill's through again. Oh, and a big save from Danavang. That was our first big chance of the game for us. Could have been 1-0. Bruce. He's through. Cock. Clear. Are you having a laugh, Danny? Oh, I can't believe that. We've scored a lot more own goals. Or have we? Actually, that was last season. This is ridiculous. I mean, what is he doing here? What are you doing? He's literally just headed that directly past his own goalkeeper. How is this happening? He had the woeful mistake to concede the penalty in the last game, and now he's done that. It's basically a case of do exactly what we did in the last game, really, isn't it? What did we do in the last game? We went to that tactic, and we also closed down much more to try and shepherd the ball off of them a little bit. Try and make some of that possession count, since they are actually doing okay on that one. I think that's all we can really do. I can't believe Danny Lopez has done that. He is looking like an absolute liability. Why is it that we cannot seem to get a solid player in that left-back role? Everyone else, positionally. Oh my God, Søren Dirmosa, my life. Great equaliser from him. I did not expect that to go in the net at all. We've finally seen another one. Another direct free kicker score. That is a gorgeous little free kick down in the bottom corner. Søren Dirmosa, number 2 this year, but my goodness, not today. In fact, right. Changes are afoot again. I'm going to just flip it back to counter and turn it off of get stuck in for now, but leave it on the much more closing down, just to maybe cut some of these balls out a bit earlier. That's my theory on it anyway. I'm wondering if... Oh, Brendan O'Neill's through again. Goes for goal, but it's over the bar. But we've definitely been the better side so far and probably deserve the lead, but hey. Honestly, I kind of feel like this game is there for the taking. I feel like it's ours if we want it. They're getting more of the ball in an attempt to try and stymie us a little bit. And I feel like if we win here, it would really start to put a gap between us and the team in 4th. And that's kind of what we really need to be doing. My only plan was to try and stay in contention for a playoff spot before we get to Christmas. That's kind of my only plan there. Thing is, both these last 2 games, we've been the ones scoring the goals for them, practically. The penalty conceded and now an own goal for us. We're just giving them goals. Right, what do we do? Honestly, I'm tempted to go back to attacking, but leave it off of get stuck in because I don't want to concede any penalties or anything. That's the only thing I can think of. We need to make this pressure and the fact that they're not really creating anything themselves. We need to make this count in this game. We need to make sure that we take the chances. Augustin looking very, very long, but Gardner's through here. Brendan O'Neill, what a goal that is. B67 2, Freymad 1, and we've come from behind in 2 successive home games. My God, we've got some resiliency. This is a brilliant piece of play. Lovely ball from Augustin. I think this is a first-time ball from... Look at that from Stephen Gardner. Brendan O'Neill's been the absolute king lately as well, by the way. We're just going to turn it off of attacking again and back down to counter and just close down more rather than much more because we've actually got something to hang on to now and they've not really created anything themselves and I don't want to get us too tired. But this would be a huge win if we can sneak it. Maybe I'm giving these guys too much credit for their quality, but they started off the season fairly well. So, oh my goodness, it's 3-1. Augustin with the goal. He scored one like that last season as well, I think. I think it was against Viborg. He got one in that 4-2 victory, and now we're 3-1 up at home. What a turnaround. One thing I would say about this team is they've clearly got resilience. We've been in losing positions twice today, and we've come back to win the first one, and now lead by 2 goals in the second one. O'Neill, can he find a cross? Oh, my goodness me, it's 4-1. And, I mean, that is all down to the goalkeeper. Brendan O'Neill with the assist. Stephen Gardner with the goal this time. What has happened in this second half? Hutchinson just lumps this into the channel for Brendan O'Neill, and it's a terrible cross from him as well, by the way. Goalkeeper just bats it up in there, and Stephen Gardner, back post, 4-1 B67. We're heading top of the league, guys. This is incredible. You know what? I'm going to give Ferro a chance. We're 4-1 up. Let's give him a chance to show me why he should be played in this team. Demosa's been amazing, but we're going to get Anor on as well for a little run out, and we'll leave the other position for now. 4-1 up, 25 minutes left in this game. What a turnaround this has been. This has been superb. Exactly what we needed. Anor goes short for Shizzy. Probably shoot again. No, he's lost the ball. No, he's won it back. Ferro's through, and Martin Ferro has scored a goal, ladies and gentlemen. It is B67 5, Freymad 0. Interesting to see what our goal difference is. +7. So, yeah, best goal difference in the league. I think it might actually be +8 after this goal. That is incredible. And at the moment, it would send us 4 points clear of dropping out of the playoff spots. My only real aim this year is a playoff spot. Brilliant ball through from Shizzy, and it is a great goal from Martin Ferro. To be fair, he's put that in the back of the net brilliantly. I've got to be honest with you guys, that game at the start of the season against Helsingør seems like light years away. The way we played in that game, compared to the way we've played in basically every game since, is truly night and day. Ferro. Oh my goodness me! It's 6-1 to B67 and Martin Ferro scored a brace. Maybe he's finally got the message that, in fact, he is a decent footballer. Slight problem is that I've pissed him so much off by trying to sell him, and his contract's up in January anyway, and he wouldn't sign a new one at the start of the summer. But what a goddamn strike that is from Martin Ferro. Top corner, 6-1 to B67. This looks like a team that could actually challenge for the title this year. Unbelievable. I'm so pleased. Definitely the biggest live com win we've seen. There was the 5-0 against Nishavim, but 6-1, and we scored all 7 goals. Defensively, we're looking so much stronger. The penalty, and in this episode, we've only conceded a penalty and an own goal. Defensively, we look so much better. Attacking-wise, we're better than ever. This is amazing. We're top of the league. We've got 9+ goal difference. We've won 5 of our 7 games. We're 4 points clear of Marienlyst and Schellerup. Incredible stuff. That is truly amazing. I'm over the moon. So in the next episode, we've got games. We've got away at Roskilde, which would be crazy difficult. A home to Freymad, winnable. Away at Schellerup, you'd feel like it's winnable. And at home to Ventsissel, off camera. There's a real chance that we could win 3 of those matches. The Roskilde one, I'm expecting us to possibly lose. But if we got a draw there, imagine. But I think there's a load of winnable games here. And then the live comms, away at Helsingør and away at Odense. 2 absolutely massive games will be live commed in the next episode. But my God, have we started this season well. I'm so pleased. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, do be sure to drop a like on it. That would be amazing. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe for more videos like this as we hopefully soar up the league this season. And I will see you guys in the next episode for the crunch matches in the live comms away at Helsingør and Odense. Hopefully we're in a good position by then. We'll have to see. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.